happening right now. Detectives trying to track down a serial robber suspected of nearly a dozen crimes this month alone. News Channel 5's Matthew Torres following the investigation. He's at the CJC Live for us, and there are lots of surveillance photos of this guy in different kind of looks, right, Matthew?
Yeah, and he's really keeping police on their toes. Just like they said, he pulled off different looks, whether it's wearing a wig in 3 of the robberies or a casual look like a baseball cap and sunglasses. Nevertheless, Metro Police are still searching for this man you see on your screen right now. These are some of the surveillance images from those businesses targeted. Now, aside from different looks, he may have had different getaway cars as well. Witnesses saying they saw him speeding off in a white SUV, possibly a Ford Explorer. Others seeing him in a maroon Ford Expedition, a black 4-door sedan, and a tan 4-door sedan. These are from the different incidents. He's accused of holding up, again, at least 9 businesses that we know of here in Davidson County, not just in 1 month, but really in less than 2 weeks. We have these surveillance photos on our website, newschannel5.com, for you to take another look at. If you have any information or recognize him, call Crime Stoppers at 615-74-CRIME. Live at the Criminal Justice Center this morning, I'm Matthew Torres, News Channel 5.
And a Murfreesboro man wakes up to gunfire, and the gunman is on the loose this morning. Happened yesterday on Bridge Avenue. A bullet went through a window and then lodged into the sofa. Detectives recovered a total of 4 spent shells from the street. No arrests have been made. If you have any information, call Murfreesboro Police. The search continues for a bank robbery suspect. This man held up the Wells Fargo branch in the 4700 block of Lebanon Pike. Happened just after noon yesterday. If you have any information that could help the FBI or Metro Police, give them a call.
Amy, new this morning now, a suspicious bag causing Metro Police to shut down several roads last night downtown. Charlotte and Dedrick were shut down. Police were investigating it. The bag, they moved closer and closer and realized it was full of clothes. Not a threat at all. They opened up the roads around 11 last night.
New developments in a scary road rage incident that may have been sparked by religion. Kimberly Davis joins us now with new details. We're just learning this morning. Kimberly, have officers made an arrest in this case?
Amy, according to the Council on American Islamic Relations, they are saying that Murfreesboro police have not made an arrest, but they have identified a suspect. In this alarming situation, they're telling us that they have tracked down someone, and that victim described the very scary situation as that man was attempting to run her off the road, all while yelling at her that she was a terrorist. Now, the victim tells us she was traveling in Murfreesboro when a man in a truck pulled up on the right side of her vehicle. The man began to spit at her car and then tried to swerve into her lane and nearly caused her to run off the road. She tells us he was cursing at her while calling her a terrorist. The victim was able to pull over and the man made his way to her car window, but thankfully other drivers noticed what was happening.
People started noticing what was going on, so there were several cars that were trying to slow him down and try to keep him from me, all the way up until this point over here, when it started getting closer to my husband's business.
Now, the victim was able to snap a photo of that truck before he sped off, and that's ultimately how Murfreesboro police were able to identify a suspect. As soon as arrest is made, we will update you on air as well as online. For now, we are live in the newsroom. I'm Kimberly Davis, News Channel 5.
All right, Kimberly, thanks for the update on that. Meantime, a teenager wanted for attempted murder and robbery is finally behind bars this morning. We're talking about Kevonte Kane. He is accused of shooting a man on Sylvan Street back in January. The guy's been on the run ever since. He was arrested yesterday in Madison. The 19-year-old, also one of those teenagers who escaped from the Woodland Hills Youth Development Center a couple of years ago. You remember the video when they were just wailing on those guards as the guards ran for their safety. Amy?
In just a few hours, the man accused of killing the mother of his child will face a judge. Alexander Cohen outside the courthouse. Alexander, what's expected in today's hearing?
Amy, it's just a status hearing, but you might remember Caleb Cannon was arrested, and the person he's accused of killing Nikki Burgess, her body was never found. So the prosecution, they might have a tough time if this goes to trial because they have no human remains as evidence. This happened in May of 2014, and Burgess was last seen at her Hermitage home. Her car was found nearby on Oakvale Drive. Witnesses reported seeing two men carrying something out of her home the day she disappeared. Cannon, who is the father of her 11-year-old son, was named a person of interest in this case. However, Cannon was not arrested until October of last year when new clues were uncovered. He is charged with first-degree murder. Again, this is just a status hearing this morning at 9 a.m. I do plan to be in the courtroom. We'll make sure we bring you updates as soon as they become available. Reporting live at the Birch Building, Alexandra Cohen, News Channel 5.
All right, Alexandra, thanks for the update on that. Happening right now, Gallatin police are needing your help. They're trying to track down a couple accused of shoplifting, and we've got a pretty good picture there of the two. Norma and Ronald Singleton. Officers say those two stole some merchandise from the Lowe's in Gallatin. If you have any idea where they are, call investigators. The Gallatin number is 615-452-1313.
A Nashville couple couldn't pay their electric bill, so NES pulled the plug. Wanda Jackson says her husband lost his job for 5 months, so they had to prioritize their bills. They haven't paid for utilities since October, owing $1,600. NES says it only limited the Jacksons' power because Wanda uses oxygen and needs power for it, but now her oxygen tank won't turn on.
When you turn it on, nothing is happening. Nothing. It's been torture. It's hot. And I've had 14 different surgeries, and the last thing I had was a stroke.
NES says their meter was tripped, and after our story aired last night, sent someone to fix the problem, allowing enough power to run the tank only.